Welcome everybody to this month's edition of Mid-Month Make-Its with Wendy. Hello, I am Wendy Sanford. I am the reference librarian at the Ringwood Public Library, and I welcome you to this virtual edition of Mid-Month Make-Its with Wendy. And since it's March and I'm focusing on St. Patrick's Day, I not only say welcome, but I say Céad Míle Fáilte, which is Irish for 100,000 welcomes. The craft we're doing today is a wreath, and since it is March, I'll be doing a St. Patrick's Day wreath, but this is a wreath that can go with every holiday or every occasion, or just even just your decoration. I think it's one of the most beautiful and elegant wreaths that we can make, and so inexpensive. And the primary material that we're using are plastic tablecloths. These guys. I bought a green, an orange, and a white because these are the colors of the Irish flag. And although I am only making a small 8-inch wreath today, about 3 bags can fill a 14-inch. If you want it even fuller, go ahead and buy 6 bags. Again, this one is an 8-inch wreath, and when we cut up the tablecloth and put them on the wreath, it's very, very, very time consuming. So that's why I went with a small one, because I don't know if I'd be able to finish a big 14-inch or even bigger in the time that I have to post this on our website. So again, 3 tablecloths, a wreath form, sharpest scissors that you have. I already had, this is just ribbon for hanging the wreath. You need a container to hold the tablecloth pieces, and then I bought a little something at the dollar store to put in the middle of the wreath if I think that it needs it. My pieces are all cut. I have them laid out in my tray, and we'll be putting them on this wreath form. And when I'm working with these very light and flimsy pieces, I'm going to be working first all on this first rim, then I'm going to stay in this section and go to the second rim, and then the third. And then when this section is done, then I'll move to the next section, and then finally the last section. So ring 1, ring 2, ring 3. We're going to be doing our 3 strands of orange, 3 strands of white, 3 strands of green, and then repeating. And as I tie them, I'm going to push them tightly. So just let me show you. I'm going to start with orange. Just going to tie it into one knot. Pull it tightly, but not too tight. Remember, these are just plastic, so they could break. But that's exactly what we want. This one here. You could get comfortable with whatever method. Feeding it over the line, feeding it under. Okay. So just one knot. It's my last orange. And just tie it. Push it over. And grab some white. Tie it into one knot. Another white one. More white. One knot. Push it over. And we'll do some green. One knot. Just one more. Okay, so we push it over, and here's the trick. From behind, just scrunching them forward. So already, this is very, very pretty. Just scrunch them forward, push them over. We're going to be filling it up all the way to the end by pushing them over, pushing them over. And I'll do a few more with you. Let me tell you my Ireland story. My best friend Anne-Marie and I, when we were 30, we had a desire to see Ireland. So we went over, we had a bus tour, and as soon as we left Dublin on the bus, Anne-Marie and I each had the front row. She had front row left, I had front row right. The tour driver, he would say, "Everybody, please look to your left. You'll see some ancient ruins." And Anne-Marie and I, we had our faces pressed against the glass, and we're looking at the ancient ruins. And then farther up, we hear the bus driver, "Everybody, look to your right. Look over the hill. There is a flock of sheep, and a sheepdog is guiding them." So, of course, our faces are pressed against the glass, and we're looking. And then we see everybody on the bus, nobody is looking. They're all just jibber-jabbering. Couldn't understand it. Why did you come if you aren't going to look out the window? Eventually we stopped for lunch in the cute little town in Wexford, and everybody got off the bus. We had an hour free before we met at a pub. Everybody's going into the souvenir shop. Anne-Marie and I, we asked the tour bus driver, "What's the oldest building here in this town?" And he sent us to the church, and that's what we did. And all of our stops, that's what we did. We would stop, try and find the oldest place in town. We just wanted to touch something ancient. And if we didn't find anything to touch, we would get sidetracked by the library. So of course we would go into the town library. And we all go to the pub, and everybody's talking about what they bought at the souvenir shop. "Oh, I've got this beautiful Aran sweater, and my Celtic jewelry," and look at this tea towel. And Anne-Marie and I, we didn't have anything. If anything, we would maybe buy a t-shirt. But that's what everybody was talking about, were all of their treasures that they had bought. And we have our treasured memories of touching things that were so much older than even our own country. Beautiful memories of beautiful Ireland. All right, so here's more of them done. I'm crinkling them from the back. Here's what it's looking like so far on the front. And this is going to take some time. So what I'm going to do is I'm gonna bring this over to the couch. I'll watch a couple of episodes of Bonanza on my DVR. I'll get out my portable exercise bike and pedal for a while and pretend I'm pedaling in Ireland. And I'll meet you later after I get a few of these rows done. One episode of Bonanza is behind me, and this is what I have done so far. Let me turn it around. See, I have the first rim all the way done. I've been working on the second rim, and because this is so small and because I am a little bit short of time to get this done before I have to post it, I'm not going to do the third rim. I'm just going to continue with the first and the second because it's so tiny and it's already full. But if you have the 14-inch wreath that you're working on or bigger, definitely do all of the circles because you'll get the big, huge, fluffy kind of wreath. But again, I'm just going to be doing the first two. So I'm going to continue. Let me show you what I did here to do this so that I can get to the circle. I put my phone on it so that I could get to the rim. And that held it down nice. And I'm able to get to this easily now. You could use your phone, you can use your TV remote, whatever you have that's flat. But then when you pinch them out, beautiful. Okay, all right, I'm gonna go do some more rows. I'll be back later. 3 DVR episodes of Bonanza later, and woohoo, I am finished. I love this so much. Here's the back. Can you imagine if I did fill in this third rim, just how amazing this would be? I don't think that it needs anything else on it, but I am going to put this right in the middle. I did add the 3-leaf clover to the wreath. Put my hanger on it. Again, I'm really in love with this. I love a 3-leaf clover. Let me finish telling you the story of Ireland. Everybody on the bus trip with their bleak and their Waterford and their sweaters. What I did when I went into Dublin, I thought to myself, when I'm old and I'm in assisted living, they're going to take away my bleak, my Waterford, my jewelry. So what I did is went down Capel Street and went to the tattoo parlor and had this put on my arm. It says Ira 89, that's Irish for Ireland. And I have my 3-leaf clover, which was supposed to be a 4-leaf clover, but it hurt so much that I told him to stop. And so when I'm in assisted living and I'm sitting in my wheelchair without my tea towels, I could look down at my arm, get all excited all over again, have my happy memories. And a 3-leaf clover will always make me smile. I think that's great. I think that you guys would love one of these. And remember, this was just a small one. If you did a 14-inch, and if you started one now for spring in pink and white, or if you're having a reveal party, you could do it in pink and blue. Christmas time, different colors. Oh my gosh, I am so hooked on these. It's I kind of like to do hook rugs, so this is kind of similar to that. It's just a lot of tying, and I love the product, and I hope that you guys have fun making one. And I also hope that you guys can join me in April for my next mid-month Make It's with Wendy. And meanwhile, do have a very, very happy March and a happy St. Patrick's Day, and see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye.